Hello and welcome back to the Escape Pod. Thank you for escaping with us. That's Alex and I'm Andrew.
And as always, with great power comes great, not great, Man of Steel ability. Man of Steel is awful, and I just wanted to talk about it. I've been seeing some love for that movie on Twitter lately. Rebel Moon, everybody's freaking about Zack Snyder.
We just wanted to bring it down a notch.
I wanted to take the opportunity to talk about the worst superhero movie of all time.
Which is, in your opinion...
Man of Steel. Man of Steel.
This movie is
terrible.
Garbage.
Oh my gosh.
I broke it.
We're under attack. Supes.
Oh my gosh.
You got me in the nose, man.
Yo.
What's the deal?
What's your problem?
I'm tired of slander.
Tired of what slander?
What?
Man of Steel?
I'm tired of the slander.
You're tired of the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Look, it's okay to have an opinion. It's not okay to have the wrong opinion. And that's why I'm here to defend Man of Steel.
Listen to this dude.
Man of Steel.
On behalf,
Who does he think
on
he
behalf
is?
of the Snyder fans, on behalf of DC fans, on behalf of Snyderverse fans, I've come here to set the record straight, to prove you both
There's
wrong.
no record that needs
What
to be
record
straight.
are you setting straight? Exactly. We have decided that we are going to push this conversation to a further date and be slightly more profesh about it. The plan is to have an official, moderated debate about Man of Steel in the near future.
So if that is something that you guys would like, we will do it. We will eventize it. It'll be its own separate thing. It will not be on a podcast or any of this, and we will make that happen for you guys if that's something you would like.
But in the meantime, let's have a normal fun episode.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Thank you for coming.
Supes
is
back!
Woo!
Let's go! So,
Cool.
what do you want to do first? We got some fun stuff planned.
I think we should just talk about some of the movies that came out this year.
Yeah, because we talked... You're so excited.
What?
We have... When did we do the Supes episode? How long ago was it?
It was right before you saw Flash, and you saw Flash like a
So
month
this was
early.
before
It was like in
Flash?
April.
Yeah,
It was like in April.
Was this before Guardians?
This is before Flash.
this was
before
before
Guardians.
Before
This
Across.
is before Across the Spider-Verse. Before Blue Beetle. Before Mutant Mayhem. Literally every relevant movie. I think the only movie that had come out at that point was Quantumania. Not very relevant. We've got Oppenheimer to talk about. We've got
Barbie.
everything.
Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
All of it.
Okay. So how do we want to go through that?
I say we just go through the movies that are relevant.
Okay.
Let's start
Yeah,
with...
let's go through all the bangers. That came
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Okay,
Let's,
I want to know...
Summer was a good
Yeah,
season.
Yeah, it was
give me
great.
your top 3 movies of the year.
Top 3 movies of the year. Dude, honestly, I just saw this movie recently. You guys were at the screening too.
Yes.
A Million
Miles Away.
Mhm. Yes.
Dude, hasn't come out yet. I found out about this movie like 2 days before the screening.
Yeah,
that we
me
went
too.
to.
Yeah.
And like, dude,
You couldn't
that
even
is-
find a trailer on it. Like
Yeah,
I had no idea what it was
no
about.
No marketing. On top of that, the strikes are going on, so none of the actors or the
there,
writers can promote it. The director wasn't even there. It was just they just had like the real life astronaut.
Yeah.
that this
It's
movie is
It's
based off
on a
of.
real story. Yeah.
It's a true story.
Yeah, so I don't know about my top 3 yet. I got to really give that a lot of thought because Summer. Man, I could have told you guys back on our April episode, but with Summer, dude, there was just so many bangers.
Yeah. It was a great year.
Yeah.
I would definitely say probably Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Got to put Oppenheimer in there. Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
And then at 3, I'm going to put Blue Beetle in there, man.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Blue Beetle.
That's a
I
fair
really
list.
had a great
I'm
time
not
with
mad at
Blue
that at
Beetle.
all.
No, me neither.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's go through it. So The Flash.
Yeah. So you were obviously very high on it early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still high on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still had a great time with The Flash.
Yeah.
I think I think, again, regardless of what the movie, of what the final, I guess, product of the film was ever going to be, the movie was going to get hate regardless.
Well,
That's
yeah.
a fact.
True. Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
Yes.
with all of the external elements, with just the state of DC right now.
Yes.
I mean, even right now with Blue Beetle, everyone that has gotten the chance to watch this film is praising it because
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
a damn good movie.
Yep.
But you still got, I guess, other people out there that are just trying to hate on the movie and hate on DC overall in general.
And it's just not performing well, but that was to be expected based on the performance of Flash.
I mean, there's just a lot of factors. You got the strikes. There was a hurricane on Sunday.
Yep.
I mean,
People just don't know what's going on with DC anymore.
yeah, there's a whole shakeup with DC. And
Yep.
I think with all of the changes that happened with DC over the years, we're seeing it take its toll. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
This is DC. This is one of the biggest brands, one of the biggest just franchises in history.
Yep.
So every single time a DC movie comes out in theaters, it should be an event, and it hasn't been that in a long time. And I think that's the direction we're trying to head back to. You know, when it comes to Warner Brothers, James Gunn, hopefully Superman Legacy. I don't think there's ever been a superhero movie. I mean, I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and we can have this conversation here. Has there ever been a superhero movie? I'm talking about Infinity War, Endgame, now including Superman Legacy, that has had more pressure on its shoulders to deliver.
I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more.
You mean
for Superman Legacy?
You think Superman Legacy has more pressure on it than anything else ever?
Yes.
Well, I'm not leaning one way or the other.
That's
I'm just saying.
Question.
Like, do you think Superman Legacy has more pressure to deliver than Infinity War did or Endgame did?
Yes.
Personally, no, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, because Infinity War Endgame had never been done before. We have had so many Superman movies. And yes, it's a reboot, and yes, it does have a lot of pressure on it. I'm not saying it doesn't, but Endgame and Infinity War were 13 years of waiting and 23 movies leading up to this one moment.
But, what if Infinity War flopped?
Look,
Like, what if it was a bad movie?
Here's what helps this argument is that if Infinity War flops, the Marvel brand is still intact. People are still going to show up to watch Marvel movies.
Yeah.
This movie is tasked with saving DC.
That's a good point. I got two things to say to you. Number one, if Infinity War flopped, it would go down as one of the biggest disappointments in movie history ever because it was supposed to be the climax of one of the best movie franchises ever, right?
True.
And number two, if Superman flops, okay, yes, it ruins DC's chance again, but at the same time, it's like no one's expecting much from it because we've gotten bullcrap for the past 7 years.
No, you're wrong there.
Heavy disagree.
You're wrong there. Here we go. Here's my argument, and this is going to win you over.
Okay.
Infinity War and Endgame is Rise of Skywalker.
How dare you? How dare you?
I'm just saying, that movie flopped, Star Wars is fine. Star Wars is fine because it built up... No.
No.
Star Wars is
Wrong.
fine. Mando crushed, and they were back. That's all Marvel would have needed.
I don't know. Like, has Star Wars been in the same space it's been in today than it was back in 2015 when Force Awakens came out?
If Force Awakens was a flop,
Dude,
that's what if Superman Legacy is a flop.
But Solo...
It would have done irreparable damage. Star Wars could have never come back.
The box office of Solo is a direct reflection of, the state of the fandom post Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how you feel about Last Jedi, that was a very divisive movie, regardless of how you feel about it. And now, post-sequel trilogy, Star Wars is not in the same place it once was before Force Awakens came out.
But before Force Awakens came out, it wasn't until 2017 where people liked the prequels on the internet. There was harmony from 2005 until 2017 on the internet that the prequels were bad. Whether or not you like them, that was the internet consensus. And it's only until people our age that grew up with those movies, that adore those movies the way the three of us do, came out and finally had a voice on social media to say, oh, I love Revenge of the Sith. But so this is my point, is if Force Awakens bombed, it would have been back-to-back bombs. Because the Star Wars prequels did not do well critically, and then you drop Force Awakens, and Force Awakens was awful and terrible and everything like that.
He's saying if. He doesn't think it's bad.
I don't. I like Force Awakens. But if it was, then
I don't think that's comparable to what's happening now. You're taking Star Wars, which has only had 6 movies, and you're taking something that came out in 2005 and then had a 12-year break for people to wait, and then it's getting revitalized. We're waiting like 3 years for another Superman movie. I don't think there's that gap and that like, hey, we're taking this huge break and now we're finally coming back after 20 years. Here's a new Superman movie. It's not. People still have superhero fatigue. We're getting superhero content constantly. I don't think there's as much writing on it as there was writing on Force Awakens. I don't think that's comparable. Does that make sense?
I just disagree. If just let's imagine this.
Okay. I guess now my follow-up is, again, going back to the examples that have been brought up.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to DC if Superman flops?
Yeah, no, it would be bad. But my view on it is it's going to be the same thing that it's been so far. Like, nothing's going to change. Like, DC has already been flopping.
I think it would do even more irreparable damage to the brand because people have been banking on James Gunn as like the second shot.
You can't do irreparable damage to a franchise that has been dead for 7 years. People have not cared about this since Batman v Superman. People have been asking for a reboot of DC since forever.
The Batman.
Yeah, that's
Joker.
yeah, but those are like separate. I'm not considering that as like the same thing.
Even the Suicide Squad didn't do well at the box office, came out during a pandemic, but still widely loved. Even now, Blue Beetle, the people that have seen Blue Beetle have loved it.
Yep.
But we're talking about, again, DC having the same momentum behind them, the same way the MCU had that was just a freight train back in the 2010s era, where it was just every film coming out was an event. Whether you liked Marvel or not, everyone was showing up to theaters on Friday to watch the next Marvel movie.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, it was so fun. And I hope DC could do that. Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't have a lot riding on it. I 100% agree.
So I guess in terms of the three movies, because I think, again, the three are comparable in terms of pressure. Infinity War, Endgame, Superman Legacy. How would you rank those movies based on the amount of pressure they had on their shoulders to deliver?
I think Infinity War has the least amount of pressure from that group.
I think that's crazy.
I think that's crazy. See, I would
like of those, I think it's still top three.
It's
but
debatable.
I think of
It's
those
debatable.
three, because here's the thing: if Infinity War was bad, I think Marvel would have been fine. But Infinity War is so good, I think it's the best MCU movie. If Endgame was bad,
yeah.
the follow-up to Infinity War, that would have been a disaster.
I agree. And
So I think Endgame had
You're
more
putting
pressure.
Endgame at 1,
No. I would put Endgame above Infinity War.
Yeah.
but you're putting Superman at the top?
I'm not sure. I'm
There's
working
a
my
lot
way
of
through this
fucking
conversation.
pressure on Superman.
There's a lot. I don't. Again, it's very debatable. That's why we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
But he
It
just made like a great point, because Infinity War, again, people say this is the best movie the MCU has ever made. Imagine making a flop after that.
Imagine if Endgame
just
was
a
bad.
year of build
No,
up.
yeah, I think Endgame has more pressure than Infinity War. But
Okay. But you think both of those have more pressure than Superman Legacy?
I think more people in the world were way more excited and anticipatory of Infinity War and Endgame, those events, than people are about Superman. People our age don't care about Superman as much as I know you don't. The amount of people that I have in Discord and online that say Superman's overrated and all this stuff, and because of the history DC has had, I think more people cared more about the climax of the MCU than care about the reboot of DC.
Dude, but you could have made the same argument with the Batman. You could have said, "Oh, they screwed." Again, your opinion's not mine. "Oh, they screwed up with Ben Affleck." Or DC has been a mess.
I love Ben Affleck. He's my favorite Batman.
Okay, good. But you could have said the same thing with that, and then they rebooted and came out with an awesome movie for the Batman with Robert Pattinson, and the film was a massive success worldwide. Like, everyone loved that movie. A ton of people watched the Batman. So, that wasn't a film that had a lot of build up to it. It was just a film that came out, but because it's Batman and it was fire, it resonated with people.
Yeah,
You can make the argument that Superman has more like cultural impact and is more famous and a bigger character than Batman himself. So why can't Superman Legacy have that same impact that the Batman had, despite coming off of a universe that was pretty much in shambles?
My main thing as to why Superman Legacy has more pressure than the big Marvel Endgame and Infinity War is because DC has doubled down. They've said no to the Snyder fans. They've said no to everybody.
Yeah.
They've said no to everybody.
To Henry Cavill.
They've said no to Henry Cavill. They've said James Gunn.
Yeah.
And this is like, and
Again,
like,
yeah.
like this is us. We're Man of Steel haters, right? Right. This is how this podcast happened. We're Man of Steel haters. This is us being like, James Gunn could make a better Superman movie. If this movie flops, it tanks the universe that hasn't been born yet, that DC has doubled down on. Marvel, it had success already. They had made their money. If Infinity War and Endgame flopped,
Okay.
it's kind of like they were playing with house money. They had made their money, they had nothing of a franchise, and they built it up through movies like Winter Soldier and Guardians and Iron Man 1 and Avengers 1. And they had made way more money with characters that were way less popular. This is DC saying, we got the best possible guy for the biggest possible job, and he is saying, Superman Legacy, this is the movie for this universe. If this movie flops, that universe will never get off its feet.
Okay, last thing. That's a great point. The last thing is, you're kind of splitting it between I'm focusing on the cultural impact and fan anticipation, and you're focusing more on like
Business.
monetarily,
Yeah.
like Warner Brothers is screwed. The only argument I have to that, and I think this, you're kind of right. I think Endgame is basically the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah.
So like Marvel still had a lot monetarily, banking on that, number one. But number two, like the reason Warner Brothers has said no to Henry Cavill and no to the Snyder fans and no because all of that, because monetarily they don't have much to lose because DC's not making them any money right now anyways.
But Superman and Batman v Superman, just that title alone should be $2 billion, and they made $800 million.
That's what I'm saying.
So my point is...
Right, they have a lot to gain. I'm just saying they don't have a lot to lose either.
I think they do, because these characters universally are...
Yeah.
Like, Iron Man Thanos is now a household name, thanks to the Avengers movies. Was not previously. There has never been a time in anybody in this room's life that Superman and Batman have not been household names.
Yeah.
That it's the biggest superhero brand in the world. In the world is Superman and Batman, and DC is doubling down. That's my issue.
Here's my counterpoint. I'm not disagreeing or agreeing with
You're
him.
kind of the middleman.
I'm the middleman because
Yeah.
I see all different perspectives.
Yeah.
If Superman Legacy flops, again, like you said, there are no two bigger characters than Superman and Batman. So regardless if that movie flops, 10 years down the line, they could still make a Superman movie, and it could still do. If it's good, it'll still do well. There's no movie or there's no amount of flops that could ever come out that could diminish Superman's value as a character.
Is Superman Legacy the first movie that they're coming out with?
Yes.
For the
For
first
James
under
Gunn.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
They have the Creature Commandos, but that's the movie that they're banking on.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
New CEO of DC in town, James Gunn. He's made some of your favorite superhero movies. Now he's coming to work for us. He's managing all of our properties. He has a 10-year plan. And guess what? He's written, he's directing, producing the movie, kicking this all off with the biggest and greatest character of all time, Superman. That's box
The
office.
whole universe is riding on it. I just don't think the whole MCU was riding on Infinity War.
Well, look, I think the whole James Gunn DCU is riding on that movie, but I guess the character of Superman and the state, I guess,
Yeah.
the
I see what you're
value
saying.
of DC isn't. Because
Interesting.
that'll always be valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I see what
fair.
you're saying. I see what you're saying.
That's fair. I like that.
But when it comes to the MCU, again, Infinity War, man, that was like insane. So was Endgame. Like, Endgame was...
I know the
There was
answer.
nothing no one else was talking about between that 2018 and 2019 during that
Yeah,
build-up.
it was crazy. And I know your answer might be different, but my answer is clearly like I'm excited for Superman Legacy, but I was anticipating and looking forward to the event that was Infinity War and Endgame way more than I am Superman Legacy because I've been with these characters for 13 years or whatever it was. I want to know what.
Discussion.
Yeah, what do y'all think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Which one?
There's
what-
so many sides, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
'cause
What
you
has
could-
more riding on it? Infinity War and Endgame in the past, or in the future Superman Legacy?
Yep. All right, we've spent a little bit of time talking about superheroes. Let's go to the biggest non-superhero movie of the summer, conversation-wise, not box office, but also huge box office. Let's talk about Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
What would you rate Oppenheimer out of 10?
10 out of 10, dude. That
Yeah,
was fantastic.
that's fair. That's yeah.
I know, some people think it's like too long. Not me. I'm
Yeah.
not one of those people.
Yeah,
I
we are both
am
those
one of those people.
Now,
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're both that.
You
yeah.
think it's too long?
Yes.
I mean, we
No.
love it.
I think it's a 9 out of 10.
dude,
Would you give it?
I think I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah. It's I don't think it's this perfect movie that some people are saying. I don't think it's better than some Marvel movies that Robert
So,
Downey Jr. 's
I
been in.
I want to.
I disagree.
You think it's the best movie he's ever done? This
no,
is
I wanna-
Twitter's,
well, look,
this
what-
is Twitter's nightmare, by the way. This conversation with Supes.
Nolan. Rank it among other Nolans.
Oh, I still got Interstellar as my number one.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
That's
it's
good.
But I think Interstellar's a 10 out of 10 too.
I mean, I do.
It's my fifth favorite Nolan.
It's my fifth favorite Nolan.
Yeah.
Interstellar.
I've never
hasn't-
seen
he hasn't
Interstellar.
even
I've
seen
never
Interstellar.
Interstellar. I mean Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is my fifth
scared
favorite
me.
Nolan. I've never seen
Okay.
Interstellar. You know this. My number 1 is Dark Knight. My number 2 is Inception. My number 3 is Batman Begins. My number 4 is Tenet. My number 5 is Oppenheimer.
He put Tenet over Oppenheimer.
I love Tenet. I don't understand the hate for Tenet.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
I
That's
love
crazy.
Tenet.
Wait, did you say Dunkirk?
No,
No.
Dunkirk's like at the bottom.
Okay,
I do
okay.
not like Dunkirk.
So look, when it comes to Oppenheimer and comparing it to Robert Downey Jr.'s MCU films, it's okay to say, oh, I favor Civil War, yet I can still acknowledge Oppenheimer's the better movie.
I just think Civil War is the better movie.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think that there's some like legitimate issues with Oppenheimer that people are ignoring because the ending is so good. I think it's maybe the best ending I've ever seen in my life. But like there are some actual pacing issues that I have with Oppenheimer. I will die on this hill. I
like, what parts of the movie do you think shouldn't have been in there?
The first hour is unbearable because of the court scenes. Yes.
No shot.
I was watching the first hour and I thought, this movie is gorgeous. It's a 5 out of 10. Yeah.
What?
Yes. And then everything post-bomb
disagree.
I think is great. And then the ending is probably the best ending I've ever seen. But everything until the ending, I was like, okay, this is better. This is an 8 out of 10. And then the ending bumps it up a whole point. The ending's brilliant. But it's 3 hours and it feels like 8.
The ending is brilliant because of that first hour.
See, I disagree. I think that you could. I think the court scenes. I think that the court scenes in the second half are tedious because
You're talking about the Strauss scenes.
No.
Where he's in court? Or
No,
Oppenheimer's in court?
everything with Strauss is great. Everything that Robert Downey Jr. is great, and everything that Han Solo does is great.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's great. He's one of the best parts of that movie. And obviously the Rami Malek scene is great. I'm talking about the kangaroo court that Oppenheimer is going through. When we don't understand what's the context or anything, and you're just seeing you're in the past, and then it's a fast forward. And every fast forward scene for the first hour, I think, kills the pacing of the movie because you're putting together the team. I compare the movie a lot to Ford v Ferrari. Ford v Ferrari, Matt Damon, you're putting together a team, you're building a machine, you've got pressure from the government, you've got pressure from Ford, everything like that, you're trying to accomplish something. Now, Ford v Ferrari doesn't have the emotional weight because you're winning a race, not winning a war, and then obviously being responsible for the death of potentially billions. But like Ford v Ferrari, I think it doesn't go to the future in the middle of putting it together. And I think that if the first half of the movie was, Nolan compared it, he said it's 3 movies. He said it's a courthouse drama, it's a mind drama, and then it's like a heist movie when they're putting together the bomb. If the heist movie part wasn't interspersed with the courtroom drama, I think it'd be a lot stronger of a first half. That's always how I will feel. Have you seen it twice? Have you seen
I've
it
seen
again?
it 3 times.
Jesus
What
Christ.
the heck?
Jesus Christ. I have no interest in ever
We
seeing that movie.
came out of it.
Yeah.
We came out of it. The first thing we said to each other, we looked at each other, we were like, "That's great."
Yep.
You ever seen it again?
No.
Nope.
No shot. Dude, Nolan movies are movies that you have to rewatch.
I mean,
over and
Interstellar
over
is.
again.
Inception
I've seen
is.
Inception 10 times.
No, but-
Inception's my favorite movie that I don't think is perfect. I love Inception. Dark Knight is perfect. Like, Batman Begins is pretty damn close, but no.
Dude, I guarantee you if you watch Oppenheimer again, it'll go down way better.
Maybe. It might.
The more you watch it, the more things you discover early on, and you're like, oh wow, he was planting the seeds for this.
Maybe
And it's
I
just
need to rewatch
again, when it comes to Nolan films, like those are films you just gotta rewatch, and they get better on rewatch. Like,
All right, maybe I'm
Nolan movies are very rewatchable.
Yeah.
As a
He's the man.
as a
Is
general
he-
rule, except Tenet.
Is he your favorite director?
Spielberg is still my
Okay,
favorite.
yeah.
But
Nolan's always been my guy. I
He's
love
always
Nolan.
like,
Yeah.
that's a box office
Yeah.
director. You got to show up for a Nolan.
Yeah, all right. We'll move on to what I think is the best movie of the year. Let's talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Fantastic.
Is it your favorite movie of the year?
That's hard, dude, because I got to think about that one. Because the thing is that Spider-Verse is very different from Oppenheimer.
Yeah, it's hard to compare.
It's hard to compare, but like, yeah, I'd probably say it's my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty clear for us. I loved watching him watch it for the first time because we were at he saw it the next day after
So you saw it at the premiere,
Right.
Then we saw it at the screening.
the very next day. And like after the Gwen Stacy opening or whatever, and I was like looking at him, because that opening is so good, and then it ends and it goes on to the credits or the next scene or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just
I'm
looking at him,
getting a little emotional.
and he was like, and I look at him, and we're just
We were like,
and we're just like nodding. It was so fun.
It would. The opening with Gwen, just the drums. I was like, my attitude the whole month before was, everybody's blowing this movie. It's not going to be better than the first. It's not going to be better than the first. Like, I was like a pessimist to the nth degree. And then I'm like watching it, and like the drums just start, he's not the only one and everything. And I literally, I got emotional. I was like, oh no, I'm full of shit.
Okay.
See, I still disagree. I think it's the first. I think
it's better.
Definitively better.
Okay, well here's the question then.
I think Across the Spider-Verse is more impressive in terms of the scale of it, the animation, the just everything that's at play.
Yeah.
But Into the Spider-Verse, to me, that still takes the cake.
And you think Into the Spider-Verse is the best superhero movie of all time?
Yeah.
Okay.
You think it's better than Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So I want you to compare or consider this. Say Beyond the Spider-Verse, right? do you think it is on track to be the best superhero trilogy of all time?
I think that's a no-brainer.
No question.
Yeah.
Where do you think it ranks on trilogies, period?
I mean,
Let's just assume that Beyond is going to be about...
We don't know. I think the more interesting question is what has more pressure on its shoulders. Does Beyond belong in the Infinity War Endgame
I would put
Superman
Beyond-
legacy conversation?
I would put
it belongs in that conversation
Absolutely.
because if it delivers on the same level or above of Into and Across, it's definitively the best superhero trilogy and arguably the greatest trilogy of all time.
Yeah. I think it has more writing on it than Superman Legacy. Not monetarily.
See, I could agree with that because again, Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse were so great.
Yeah, I think I'm viewing it just as like a pure like hype fan. Like that has more,
in terms of anticipation.
Well,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
one
yeah.
of the most culturally relevant? This is interesting. This helps your argument.
okay.
One of the most, if not the most, culturally relevant show of all time for 10 years was Game of Thrones. The ending is bad and nobody talks about it anymore.
Yeah, but it was so bad.
No, I still think a ton of people talk about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but they talk about how bad the ending
Absolutely
was. You
not.
can't talk about Game of Thrones without someone being
People
like...
do not talk about Game of Thrones the way they did for 10 years
Yeah.
because of that ending.
And
no question.
if they ever
still
do
do.
talk about it, they're like, okay, we're talking about the first 8 seasons, not the last 1 or 2 or whatever it is.
Dude,
they
everything.
They have to put that
Everything.
asterisk in there.
Everything in pop culture was Game of Thrones. Everybody was trying to rip off Game of Thrones. Everything was Game of Thrones. And House of Dragon just came out, and I heard from people that watched it that it was great.
It was good.
It was not the event that Game of Thrones was.
I mean, yeah.
Well, the
Because
story
of the
has to build up.
Irreparable damage.
You know, Game of Thrones didn't have that steam.
Irreparable damage.
But Game of Thrones didn't have that steam at season 1. You know, House of the
No.
Dragon. Most Game of Thrones fans, you know, the argument can be made that House of the Dragon season 1 is just as good, if not better, than Game of Thrones season 1.
I think it probably is.
Look,
I'm not
come
saying
season
it's not.
4, come season 4 or 3, where things really start heating up, it will be that event.
We'll see.
That Game of Thrones once was, but again, that show, dude, I think that's the biggest show of all time. Like, dude, it had like,
I mean, yeah.
monetarily.
I had
Yeah.
parties at my house every Sunday. Also,
And you were sad at the end.
Do you dislike the ending?
I mean, I just felt like, damn, what could have been like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron ending up on the throne, dude.
Yeah.
Like Jon Snow going to live with the wildlings beyond the wall. Like that was just so insane to me. I was banking before the season even started. I was like, Jon is the king. Like I'm Jon. I'm ride or die Jon. And they hold
I'm
my
so
boy.
glad I never watched it.
They hold my boy.
Bad endings really mess with me. And
Well, dude, most people that have watched Game of Thrones, like, started watching it after the show ended and, like, binged it, like, from season 1 to 8. Like, dude, they actually really like the ending.
I've heard that.
Whereas, like, all of the people that watched it when it was coming out,
I've heard that.
again, despised the ending because, like, there was just so much more they could have done.
Yeah.
There was so much that they were building up to that they didn't address.
yeah.
So,
I've heard
It
that.
sucks.
you know, if you
I've
like
heard
it,
that.
good for you.
But-
Yeah.
damn,
No, I've heard that.
need that Jon Snow sequel series.
Any other movies?
Yeah, I mean, we got to talk about Blue Beetle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Hold
mean-
up. Where's my shirt?
Oh, over to there. You want to toss it?
Yeah, yeah.
This one right here? Yeah. The Menace shirt?
Oh, you're putting it on.
I'm putting it on.
Okay. Shout out Menace.
I don't think anyone at this table disliked this movie
No,
because it was awesome.
it's great.
I think you're going to be the lowest on it, though.
I think so. Because I think he's going to be the highest.
Probably.
We're still good.
I
now?
love this movie.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Don't worry.
We're almost
Thank
done,
you,
bro.
Bobo.
What's that?
Oh, Stitch.
How many more topics do we got?
Like 3 or 4.
All right, bet.
We're gonna do. We're gonna finish talking about Blue Beetle. We can do a couple games of wavelength in the bracket, and then we're
Yeah,
done.
yeah. We're going to talk about TMNT. as
Wait,
well.
what bracket?
We're gonna do a bracket of
strongest
MCU characters.
Oh, okay.
Shouldn't take too long.
All right, the Menace Blue Beetle shirt for the Blue Beetle
Pete.
conversation. Shout out Menace.
And theaters now. Go check it out.
Yes, for real.
Yeah.
Go watch Blue Beetle. That's
No-
the
no
one
one
thing.
else is.
That's the one thing we
Whoa.
can all agree on.
People are storming to theaters to watch Blue Beetle. I don't know
They
what
are
you're talking
not.
about.
I had an
The
empty
numbers
theater.
disagree.
No, you're lying.
No, I had
Dude,
an
my
empty
theater
theater
was
opening
packed.
night. Oh, it was really
Like
unfortunate.
jam packed.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. How many times have you seen it?
3.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, I want to see it again. So,
So out of 10,
9 out of 10.
yeah.
So so I was
Yeah.
I was like an 8 or an 8.5. You're 9.
I give it a 7.
Yeah.
I've just seen the movie a lot, but like I just the family and everything, it was just so personal. I mean, especially with you and me, it was just like watching that movie, like the grandmother
the
never saying a
subtleties.
word of English, like the Spanglish was on the money. Like, so I wanted to talk to you about this. Subtitles do not do that movie justice.
Oh, not at all.
The things that they are saying.
The words didn't translate.
Nope.
To like I guess what the words actually mean.
Yes. And it was fun having that I saw it with Angel, our roommate, who's obviously also and just watching that movie with him where we're laughing and nobody else in the theater was laughing. It was a cool experience.
Dude, yeah, it was special. I mean, beyond just being a movie that's unapologetically Latino, I think beyond that, again, it's just a very relatable story.
Mm-hmm.
It's heartfelt. It's just so well done. I mean, can we talk about the fact that like most of the action was practical? They made the suit practically, and it showed.
It looked
and
great.
It showed.
It
like,
looked so good.
It showed, and to me, like nowadays where everything's like CGI'd and stuff, like I just appreciate that effort from someone like Angel who directed the movie and just did the work to like actually try to get it done. So like that the VFX artists didn't have like 1,000 things just to edit and put together. So.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, it was special. It really was.
I don't know if it was the only suit from the movie, but Burbank 16, they have the suit
Oh, yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Just in a glass case.
Well, yeah, they have like replicas and stuff.
Yeah, I went to see Old Boy, and I walked by it and I was like, and seeing it in person, it looks really good. Yeah.
Also, like, dude, when I first saw that suit, I was tripped out because I was like, dude, I could actually like fit in this suit. I don't have to be Chris Hemsworth, who's like 6'10", Viking.
That's true. That's nice.
like,
I've never thought of that.
It always fits eventually.
That's cool. That's great. And then the last movie I just want to talk about, because we've done a little bit of talking about it, but we haven't talked about it on the main channel, and I haven't talked to you about this. What did you think of TMNT Mutant Mayhem?
Dude, it was amazing. Are you kidding me? Like, give me green light, all of it. Like, they already greenlit the sequel. They greenlit the series.
Yep.
It was so good. Like,
I freaking adored it.
yeah.
I just, it's my second favorite movie of the year. I just loved it. I have one main issue. I think it's going to age poorly.
Well, I've seen some people say that. I disagree because I think we're going to look at it as like a time capsule and look at all the references and be like, oh my gosh, like that's what people were talking about. That's what people were saying during this age.
Do you feel that way about the Black Panther joke, the what are those joke in Black Panther?
1,000%.
Wow.
I think
When I hear that joke, I'm like, wow, that was cool in 2018.
Yeah.
I think your point. I think it's a little more cringe in Black Panther because Black Panther isn't.
Oh, dude, yeah. What did you think about it? Because you were like cooking the trailers.
Yeah. I think the movie is way better than the trailers.
Yeah, the movie is
Yeah,
great.
because
I love the trailers.
In the
but I love
trailers,
the
I
movie.
thought the trailers were kind of cringe. The comedy didn't hit for me. Like I wasn't laughing at the trailers, but then watching the entire movie, the four brothers and their banter and kind of stuff. So good. It was more charming than I thought it would be and less cringe. Yeah. So I laughed out loud a few times. I'm not saying he gave it like a 9.9 out of 10, like it was like his second favorite movie of the year. I think it's good. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it, but it didn't blow me away.
I think it's probably the funniest movie of the year. Like, it was hilarious.
Barbie is my pick for the funniest movie of the year.
See, I was going to say that too.
Barbie is so funny.
But I guess TMNT was like more funny on like a relatable level. Like this is how I talk to my boys. Like I watched it with it was like four of us that watched it together, and we were like, before the movie we were like, all right, which turtle fits our personality? And then we watched the movie and we were like, yo, that was literally us.
Yeah. That's great.
With the bev.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so good. Yeah, so I just wanted to highlight that movie. All right, we're doing a wavelength?
Yeah, let's do Wavelength. We played this a couple episodes ago. I'll get a random number
generator.
Basically, it's 1 through 10. I'll ask y'all each a question. We'll do one each, or two each, I'm sorry. And then I have to guess the number. So if it's a 7, I'll say, give me a Marvel character that you think is like a 7 out of 10 Marvel character.
Yeah.
But isn't it like 2-on-1?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
he's going to get a number.
Oh, and then we have...
You're going to
yeah,
ask a
I got
question,
you,
then I'm going to ask a question, then you're going to ask a question, then I'm going to ask a question, and then...
Well, no, I think he asks us the question, and then we give the answer.
No, y'all will know the number. I will not.
Wait, what?
Just trust me.
What?
No, that's not
Y'all
how you
will know,
play.
yes, it is. Y'all know the number, and then I have to ask y'all the questions.
Okay, yeah, no, we have to pick a number, and then
Shouldn't it be one person at a time, and then the other two are asking the questions?
There's one person that doesn't know the number. I'm asking y'all.
Yes, this is how it's played.
I've played this, so just generate a number.
Yes.
All right, I trust you guys. I have no idea what I'm doing here.
All right.
All right, we got a number.
Now we ask him.
No, I ask y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ask us.
Y'all have a number out of 10.
We have a
Yes.
number.
All right, we're making progress. Okay.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yes.
I want you to give me a scene from a movie this year. It has to be a scene. Okay, you think about that. I'm going to ask you another question. I want you to give me, I'll go easy for our first one. I want you to give me an MCU character. Okay.
I'm going to say the scene from the Meg 2 in the trench where you can't see anything. And there might be sharks, but there's also probably not.
Okay.
Where they're walking.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. I've got my range so far. Okay.
Hold up.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give you another one because I want to do two each.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Disney animated movie, no Pixar. Okay.
Brother Bear 2.
No. Yo.
The delayed reaction on that was
I love
hilarious.
the first one.
Okay. So I'm trying to decide if it's...
All right. I got one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Pepper Potts.
Okay.
Okay, and now one more question.
Yeah, I got to give him one more. And this might be important. Can you give me a DC movie?
Yeah. I'm gonna say,
A lot riding on this. It
I
feels like
know.
Superman Legacy, brother.
dude. Okay.
It could be doesn't have, it can be from the 80s, it could be from now, it
Yep.
could be DCEU, it could be not, it could
Yep.
be animated.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, have you seen Batman and Robin?
No, but I know its reputation.
Okay, I want to pick one that you've seen, so like that you know.
I mean, I have seen clips of that. I haven't seen
No, because all right, let me pick one that you've seen.
Okay, all right.
Have you seen?
These old offshoot DC movies I might not have seen.
Damn, dude.
Wavelength is tough. There's a lot riding
This
on
is
it.
tough.
It's like a deduction game.
The thing
We
is
have
that there's not that many options to choose from.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I have my guess.
The first Suicide Squad, 2016.
I knew you were going to say that.
Okay. It's between two numbers. I'm going to have to go with this just because, I'm going to have to go one.
Oh, fuck.
Is it
Dude,
two?
I knew it was too low.
4.
I knew it
Yeah.
was too low.
Yeah.
What's a 4 DC movie? You know what I'm saying? Like most of them.
Yeah.
I was thinking Green Lantern. But
Green, yeah.
I think Green Lantern's
I
still
thought
the one,
I
though.
thought Pepper Potts would bring you up.
I mean,
Yeah, that's why I tried Pepper.
Yeah.
Pepper Potts is good. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people really don't like her for some reason, so it kept me down. I wasn't thinking that. The fact that you gave me Brother Bear and like you gave me a
Well,
you
I
don't-
like Brother Bear. I don't think I've ever seen the sequel. So I was like,
yeah,
it's good.
I couldn't think of a
Okay,
worse
then maybe
answer
I'm-
for you to give me for Disney animated movie, and also you gave me you described a scene from your least favorite movie of the year.
it's not my least favorite.
Negatively.
It's the worst movie.
That's what I'm
What
saying.
movie?
The Meg 2.
I was way off.
Camp. Loved it.
I love parts of
I
it.
love
Dude, the part where he's like, the part where he like lets all the air out and like goes with no suit on like the
Bro,
bottom
he
of the
stabs the
ocean.
shark through the mouth with a helicopter
I
blade.
love
Chopper.
the first one. It's my favorite shark movie of all time. But this one,
No.
yes,
Yeah,
this-
over Jaws,
yes,
over
over
Seven
You're
Beaver
insane.
Dam,
No, it's
over
not
Shallows.
The best. It's not
over-
the best, but it's fun. And this one, it's not enough sharks.
Dude, my theater was cracking up.
I was cracking up. I was
This
laughing
is our
out
new
loud.
number.
All right.
All right.
I got it.
Okay.
This is for you.
Okay.
Give us some.
All right. You've got a number.
Yeah, we got a number.
Okay.
The fact that I was 3 off is really bad.
I want a movie from this year.
Okay. Damn. Yeah, you got to look some stuff up.
Yeah.
I want
Oh, okay. I got one.
an actor.
Just an actor, period.
I would say Quantumania.
Okay.
You can ask him another.
Okay. A fast food restaurant.
Okay. Burger King.
Cool. I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm gonna go Mark Wahlberg.
Okay. That's tough. That sounds pretty mean to Mark Wahlberg. And then my last question for you is Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go.
Depending on how you like them, right?
I have to. He has to figure that out. How I'm answering it.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to do the other. Sometimes you have to do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I think I'm on the same page with you. I need this to cash it in, and I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm gonna go. Far From Home.
5.
6.
Damn.
Hey, within one, we accept. We accept within one.
Damn.
All right.
I was 5 the whole time. There's nothing that brought me up. Damn.
You were close. That's okay.
Yeah.
You did better than me.
Damn, Burger King should have brought me up. I do like Burger King.
I know. I thought that was a 6.
Oh, shit. All
Burger
right,
King.
and now...
All right. Matt's got to bring us home.
Okay, Matt. Yeah, Matt, you got this.
Yeah, I got this.
Okay. All right.
Alex, give me an NBA team.
Ooh.
Charlotte Hornets.
Oh my God. That's like a 2.
What you got for me?
Give me. Okay, Andrew, give me.
This is such a stressful, fun game.
The stakes are high.
Yeah.
Feels like Superman Legacy in here.
Feels like Endgame.
Give me a superhero movie.
Just in general. Okay. We're gonna go. Say that's that, and then we'll do that. Can't do that.
I am so excited to eat after this.
Yeah, me too. I'm hungry.
We are going to crush.
I'm gonna say I'll just do I'll do Green Lantern.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking to it too.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, what? Trying to think.
Bring it home. We gotta bring it home.
Give me. Damn.
It's tough. They're coming up with questions.
Give me a sport.
I'm tempted to say something for the bit. I just don't know if that would sell it.
Just say it.
No, I'm just gonna. I kind of like all sports, man.
All right. I'll ask this separate question.
All right. NBA team was such a good fucking question.
You answered fast too. You knew.
Yeah.
Give me an MCU character.
Shang-Chi.
Okay. I'm ranking this based off of how you feel about it. That's all I'm gonna say. 2.
Okay. And
Is
then,
that your final guess?
No, but you have one more question.
No, I have one more question. So I'm gonna ask you.
I gotta be strategic about this.
Best burger.
So burger.
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea what you think about. Like place? Like burger place?
Actually, that's a bad question.
I need to go out to eat with you more.
Burgers from yesterday were killer.
Well, they didn't have any bread.
That's true.
He ordered.
Oh, okay.
He Uber Eats us burgers, and they arrived, and it was just the patty. He didn't. He unchecked bread.
Yeah, my bad.
NBA player.
You gotta help me.
You guys can whisper.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Oh. Who are you thinking? He's gonna write it. Let's see if it's the guy I'm thinking.
The only issue is that this might.
Yeah.
make the number go this way.
Well, I'm gonna say that's what I was thinking though.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say Kyle Lowry.
It's a homegrown player. It's hard.
All right, what's your final guess? You sticking with the 2 or you changing?
I'm gonna say. I feel bad changing it.
Try it.
I'm gonna say 3.
Yeah! Come on! Come on! Oh, that was
At the buzzer,
electric!
baby.
That was electric!
At the buzzer.
Oh my gosh!
I had them on their heels.
Electric! All right, let's run through this.
Yeah, let's do it real
fucking
quick.
All right, real quick.
We're doing a bracket of
strongest
MCU characters. Who's winning in fights?
Okay, I need one more. Give me a character. I did 31 of 32.
Oh,
I left one. Just say one. I'll tell you if I have it.
Malekith. I knew you wouldn't have had him.
Ready? Here we go. Up first, Thor versus Malekith.
Thor. Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Easy. Did we explain what we explained what we're doing, right?
Yep.
Okay. We got
MCU
Shang-Chi.
fighting. Okay.
This one's interesting, but I think I know. Shang-Chi versus Sif
Shang-Chi.
from Asgard.
Yeah, Shang-Chi, right?
With the 10 rings, I'm going Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I'm
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi on that.
Like, yeah. But Spider-Man versus Green Goblin. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Ultron versus Black Panther.
Black Panther.
I got Ultron
Really?
against Black Panther. Yeah, I got
All the
Ultron.
technology?
Yeah, just
All the
'cause
vibranium and everything? What's he doing to that suit?
Ultron is vibranium.
Yeah.
Partly.
Oh yeah, but Black Panther. Are we including like Black Panther's team because he's got
Yeah,
Shuri
does he
for
have
the
Shuri?
No.
technology.
Just
So
Black
it's a
Panther.
1v1, then
It's a
I'll go
1v1.
Ultron.
Okay,
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Captain
that's fine.
Marvel versus Falcon.
Captain Marvel.
Gamora versus Ebony Maw.
Oh, Ebony Maw.
Ebony Maw's going to make it far
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah.
If it's a 1v1, yeah.
Ant-Man, Star-Lord.
Ant-Man.
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 Yeah, I guess. The Ant-Man Falcon fight was fun. I think Star-Lord would put up a fight, but he'd lose. Moon Knight versus Iron Man. Iron Man.
Sure.
Iron Man.
Thought that was pretty easy. Thanos versus Daredevil.
Thanos.
Thanos.
Icarus.
Okay.
Captain America.
Icarus.
Yeah.
Icarus is Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I put Captain America through. Whoopsies. Black Widow versus Groot.
Groot.
Killmonger versus Hulk.
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 Yeah.
Killmonger would last longer than you think he would, but he'd lose. Doctor Strange versus Bucky Barnes.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
I'm waiting for it, Bubba. You haven't said somebody pretty big yet.
Yeah.
Rocket versus Hawkeye. Oh, wait. This one's hard.
I got Hawkeye.
I might also have Hawkeye.
Yeah. I got Hawkeye.
Yeah. In a 1v1?
Yes.
Yeah. Hawkeye's just more skilled.
Mm-hmm.
Loki versus Hela.
Hela.
Yes, absolutely. No question. Where is she?
Last one. Adam Warlock versus Wanda.
Thank God. You scared the shit out
She's
of me.
the 2 seed. She's at the bottom.
Okay, Wanda. Yes, obviously.
But, yeah, and this is MCU Adam Warlock, so he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just not.
Thor
not
versus
nothing.
Shang-Chi.
We didn't talk about Guardians. Guardians was good.
Guardians was really good.
Yeah,
oh my
Guardians
god.
was
Is it your favorite Guardians?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
It's number 5 on my all-time MCU.
Okay, that's fair.
Wow, yeah.
Spider-Man versus Ultron.
Ultron.
Ultron, yeah.
It's a 1v1. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, Ebony Maw. Captain Marvel.
I got Captain Marvel in that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Moss
That'd
solos
be
most people.
that would be
but
a fun
Captain
fight
Marvel-
to watch, though.
Or it would last 2 seconds and she'd
Dude.
just blow him away.
I mean, Ma was there in Endgame. Like he was there during that final battle, and Captain Marvel still sauced everyone.
That's
She sauced the
true.
entire army. Yeah.
Matt has
Ant-Man.
convinced me.
Ant-Man versus Iron Man. Iron Man.
Ant-Man. Ant-Man can go into his suit.
Iron Man.
Ant-Man.
He does that in
Iron
Civil
Man.
War, and it doesn't matter. He literally does that.
You're right. All right.
Because we're talking about Scott Lang too.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
If it was Hank Pym,
Maybe not.
maybe.
But all right.
Thanos versus Icarus.
Thanos.
I'd take Thanos on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Icarus's speed is a problem there.
Yeah. Groot versus Hulk.
Hulk. Yeah.
Doctor Strange versus Hawkeye.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Easy. Hela versus Wanda.
Wanda.
Where is this fight?
Not on Asgard.
Then Wanda.
I knew that was gonna be here. Thor versus Ultron. Thor.
Oof.
I'm also going Thor.
I'm
taking Ultron just as one Ultron, not his entire little army.
Yeah, like Prime Ultron at the final battle of Age of Ultron versus Thor.
So who are you taking, Vision or Thor?
Vision's not on the list.
Vision's not on the list.
Oops.
But like, who are you taking, Vision or Thor? Because I still think I'm taking Thor.
I would take Thor.
Vision is better than Prime Ultron.
I put Thor through because it's two. That's a good matchup though.
It is a good matchup. Yeah, I'll probably go Thor.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking like Ragnarok Thor, Infinity War Thor.
Yeah.
He's more stronger than Age of Ultron Thor. So yeah.
True.
I'll take Thor on that.
Captain Marvel, Iron Man.
Captain Marvel.
Thanos, Hulk.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Based off the MCU.
This is MCU.
Yeah, just because it happens. Yeah.
If we're including comics, Hulk.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, Wanda. MCU, Wanda.
Yeah.
She dogs Doctor Strange in his
MCU.
own movie.
Yeah. Wanda.
She's infiltrating Carmartage. She's like 1v60ing.
A whole army.
Yeah.
Thor, Captain Marvel.
Shit.
Yeah.
I got Captain Marvel on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Captain Marvel on that.
I could flip a coin on that, but I guess I'll go Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Thor.
What about the What If episode?
Yeah, he kind of.
They fight. It's
he got
competitive.
sauced.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
He's still
remember.
lost.
Yeah.
And that's a what if episode.
But my point is that's like Thor 1 Thor. Like
True.
so Prime
True.
Thor.
Yeah, but he was at the Endgame battle before Captain Marvel, and then when she showed up, that's the one that.
You've
Yeah.
sold me.
That-
You've sold me. You've sold me.
Yeah.
You've sold me.
But counter to that, Captain Marvel fought Thanos in Endgame when he didn't have all the stones and lost, and Thor hit him in the chest. He went for the head
With all of the
with
stones.
all 6 stones and Wakanda.
Oh shit.
But she also fought Thanos when he had a fully powered Infinity Gauntlet, and he headbutted her and nothing happened.
It wasn't fully powered, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
has
yeah.
all the stones.
Yeah, at that time,
that's
and then
what
he
had all the
pulls out
stones.
the
And then
power
pounds-
stone and punches
Yeah.
her.
I'll still go Captain Marvel,
Captain
but Thor
Marvel.
is a problem. Thanos, Wanda.
Thanos, Wanda.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wanda on that for
Hey,
sure.
top 2 in the MCU bracket are the 2 females.
Captain Marvel and Wanda. I'm going Wanda.
Before
I got Captain Marvel.
What?
I think Captain Marvel speed blitzes her.
Before
Wanda
Multiverse
is
of Madness,
fragile. Wanda's fragile. Wanda is fragile.
she took down the entire Illuminati.
She gets punched.
She fought Captain Marvel in the Illuminati.
Oh.
True.
Before Multiverse of Madness, I would have gone Captain Marvel, but I'm going Wanda.
Damn, no, I still think
But Wanda's
It's a-
fragile.
it's a
Wanda gets
close
punched in the
fight.
face by America Chavez.
it's a close fight.
She punches her in the face. That's what happens. Wanda is fragile, and Captain Marvel's got speed on her.
Yeah,
All right, we'll use that in
And range.
the future.
Yeah.
I think she's got range on that.
Oh, I don't know if she's got range on Wanda though.
I think so.
Wanda took over a whole city
She
on
has,
accident.
Her like photon blasts.
But like, can Wanda like disintegrate that?
Yeah.
The thing is that Wanda's kind of like a broken character. 'Cause she can like counter.
She can,
She can
literally-
counter most
she's
things.
reality.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It depends
She
on what
didn't get her
mood-
Powers from the reality stone.
What mood
They're
Wanda is
red.
in. If Wanda's like happy and like having a good day, she's getting her butt kicked. But if she's like, if Vision, she just had an
real
argument
upset.
with Vision.
She's real upset. She's gonna fuck Captain
Yeah,
Marvel.
exactly.
Wanda.
All we know is it's girl power. What was the top 4? Do you remember? It was-
Thanos, Thor, Captain Marvel, and Wanda.
Great. All right.
Good
solid.
top 4.
All right, great. Thanks for coming on again, Supes. Love
pleasure.
having
Legend.
you. You're always welcome.
Legend.
A
All right,
pleasure.
great.
Join the Discord. Follow us. Follow Supes. We love you. Mwah.